Imagine you're on your phone, planning to scroll for just 5 minutes. Suddenly, an hour is gone. Your goals are untouched, your energy wasted, and your mind feels weaker. Sound familiar? That tiny decision, the one you thought didn't matter, just stole your future. Here's the truth. Every great success story begins with self-control. Not motivation, not luck, not talent, just the power to master your own impulses. If you can win the battle against yourself, nothing outside can stop you. Today's lesson isn't just motivation. It's a wake-up call to reclaim your life one decision at a time. Part 1. The silent battle within. The first and best victory is to conquer yourself. Plato, what if I told you the greatest enemy you'll ever face is not the world, not society, not your competition, but the reflection staring back at you in the mirror? Think about it. How many times have you promised yourself you'd wake up early only to hit snooze? How many times have you sworn you would focus on your goals, but ended up scrolling through social media instead? How many times have you decided, this time I'll change, but tomorrow came and nothing happened? Let me ask you, how many dreams have you buried because you couldn't control yourself? We live in a world where distractions are endless. Notifications buzz, ads scream, your phone whispers, just one more video. And before you realize it, hours are gone. Here's the scary truth. It's not that life is too short. It's that we waste too much of it. Not because we don't know what to do, but because we can't control ourselves to actually do it. Psychologists call it the impulse gap. It's that split second between a thought and an action. Do you eat the donut or stick to your diet? Do you study or scroll? Do you push forward or give in? And in that tiny moment, destinies are made or destroyed. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man, full of talent, full of ambition. He wanted to be great. He wanted success. But every night, instead of working on his craft, he spent hours lost in entertainment. Every morning, instead of rising with energy, he pressed snooze again and again. He kept telling himself, I'll start tomorrow. But you already know how that story ends. Tomorrow never came. Now, imagine yourself at 60 years old. Looking back, would you be proud of the life you lived, or haunted by the life you wasted? That's a dark psychology of regret. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It doesn't break you in one moment. It eats you slowly, day by day. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. So here's my question to you. White right pointing backhand index, do you control your mind, or does your mind control you? Self-control is not about punishment. It's about power. It's about telling yourself, no, I won't quit now. No, I won't give in to weakness. Yes, I will push a little longer. Yes, I will fight for the life I deserve. And here's a psychological trick most people don't realize. The more you give in, the weaker you become. But the more you resist, the stronger you get. Every no to distraction is a yes to your future. Every no to comfort is a yes to growth. Let me ask you, honestly, how much of your life is being stolen right now? How many hours slip away to meaningless scrolling? How many opportunities die because you said, not today? And the bigger question, how much longer will you allow it? Because here's a brutal fact. White right pointing backhand index, the world doesn't care if you win or lose, but your future self does. Imagine meeting a version of yourself who never gave in, who stayed disciplined, who won every small battle with self-control. Would you even recognize that person? Now imagine meeting a version who quit, who scrolled, who wasted years. That's the person most people sadly become. Which one will you be? Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Abraham Lincoln. Let's dig deeper. Why do so many people fail at self-control? Because they rely on motivation. But motivation is weak. It comes and goes like the wind. Self-control, however, is still. It's not about how you feel. It's about what you decide. And here's where psychology kicks in. Your brain is wired for instant pleasure. Social media, junk food, laziness, they all trigger dopamine. Quick rewards. No effort. But success? Success is delayed gratification. It doesn't come today. It comes after months, years, sometimes decades of consistent self-control. That's why most people fail. short-term pleasure for the long-term victory. So I'll ask you, are you willing to suffer a little today so you can live free tomorrow? Or will you keep trading your dream life for another cheap dopamine hit? The successful person has the habit of doing what the failing person does not like to do. Thomas Edison. Now here's a reflection. What's one area in your life where lack of self-control has destroyed your progress? Be honest. Your health, your finances, your relationships, and more importantly, what would change if you actually mastered yourself in that area? Close your eyes for a second and imagine it. Imagine the body you want, the health you dream of. Imagine the business or career you're fighting for. Imagine the respect, freedom, and confidence you've always desired. Now realize this. It's possible, but only if you master self-control. Mini affirmations for you. I control my actions, not my impulses. Each decision I make today shapes my future. I refuse to let weakness write my story. I choose growth over comfort. Here's the last thought I'll leave you with in part 1. Most people don't fail because life is unfair. They fail because they couldn't control themselves when it mattered most. So I ask you one last time. White right pointing backhand index if you keep living the way you are, will your future self thank you or hate you? Because one day you'll either say, I'm glad I did, or you'll whisper, I wish I had. The choice is yours, and it begins with mastering self-control. Part 2, the silent enemy that kills potential. What if I told you the greatest enemy you'll ever face is not poverty, not failure, not even rejection, but silence? Yes, silence. The silent voice inside you that convinces you to give up when no one is watching. The subtle whisper that says, it's okay to skip today. You will do it tomorrow. That enemy has destroyed more dreams than any external obstacle in history. And the scariest part? Most people never realize they've been defeated until it's too late. Think about it. How many times have you set a goal, felt a fire burning inside, and then slowly, quietly watched that fire fade without a fight? You didn't announce to the world, I quit. You just let the silence win. And here's the truth. Your dreams don't usually die in explosions. They die in quiet moments of compromise. One skipped habit, one delayed decision, one ignored opportunity. Until one day, you wake up and realize the person you wanted to become is gone. Fire mini affirmation. I will not let silence kill my future. My actions speak louder than my excuses. Now let me tell you a story. There was once a young man, brilliant, creative, full of ambition. He dreamed of starting his own business. He had notebooks full of ideas, visions of changing the world, even late-night planning sessions. But every time he was supposed to take action, a voice whispered, wait until it's perfect. Wait until you feel ready. Tomorrow will be easier. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. And then one morning, years later, he woke up and realized someone else had already built the company he once dreamed of creating. His silence had been louder than his ambition. How many of us are living that story right now? Be honest. How many dreams are collecting dust in your mind because silence, inaction, has killed them before they even had a chance to breathe? Ask yourself, if I keep living this way, what will I regret more? The failures I tried and survived, or the chances I never took? Here's a harsh truth most people don't want to face. Your future self is watching you. 10 years from now, the person you become will look back at this exact moment. They will either say, thank you for not giving up, or they will whisper with bitterness, why did you let me down? Electric light bulb Thomas Edison once said, our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. And yet, the silent enemy convinces you that one more time doesn't matter. That's a lie. Every one more is a brick that builds your destiny. Fire mini affirmation. One more time is all it takes. I choose persistence over silence. Now let's dig deeper into psychology. Why do people fall into silence? Because silence feels safe. Silence doesn't embarrass you. Silence doesn't risk failure. Silence doesn't expose you to judgment. But what silence does is kill your soul. It creates a slow poison called regret. And regret is the heaviest burden a human being can carry. Imagine yourself at 80 years old, sitting in a chair, looking back at your life. Would you rather say, I tried and failed, but at least I lived fully? Or would you cry silently, thinking, I never even tried? Let me remind you of something. Opportunities have expiration dates. The world does not wait. The dream job, the relationship, the business idea, the health you want. If you stay silent, someone else will claim it while you hesitate. And the world won't feel sorry for you. Fire mini affirmation. I act now. My future won't wait, and neither will I. Here's the key lesson. Silence is not neutral. It is not harmless. Every time you choose silence, you are making a decision. You are choosing to surrender your future to fear. The enemy is not loud. The enemy doesn't shout.
Welcome
The
to my
enemy
party.
whispers,
We're just getting
and those
started.
whispers can
Life is a
change you
dream
from
or a
life if
nightmare
you let them.
scarring.
So,
Hand
what
me
do
a
you
drink,
do?
'cause I think
You
I'm
answer
going
back.
all in.
The
Get
next
me a
time your
street
mind
who can catch
whispers,
me when I'm
skip to bed.
falling. Cover
You
up my
scream
scars,
back.
flip the
No,
handlebars.
I show
Crashing
up,
in my car,
even when it
wake
hurts.
up in a bar.
The
I'll be a
next time your
superstar.
thoughts say,
Just on my
wait for
avatar.
tomorrow,
This world is
you
so
tell
bizarre.
yourself,
Empty out the
tomorrow is a
reservoir.
lie. Today is my chance. Because here's the paradox. Motivation fades, discipline wins. If you only act when you feel like it, you'll never change. But if you act when it hardest, you become unstoppable. Electric light bulb James Clear wrote in Atomic Habits. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Which means every silent moment is also a vote. When you skip, you're voting for the weaker version of yourself. When you act, even imperfectly, you're casting a vote for your stronger self. Fire mini affirmation. Each choice is a vote. I vote for my stronger self. And here's where the dark psychology comes in. Let me plant this in your mind. Every day you choose silence, someone else is outworking you. Someone else is claiming the opportunities that could have been yours. Someone else is taking the life that was meant for you. And while you sleep in silence, they are building their empire. Do you really want to wake up one day and see your dream life being lived by someone else? Simply because you stayed quiet? Let that fear sink in. Let it wake you up. Fear is not always an enemy. Sometimes fear is the alarm clock your soul needs. So, reflect with me. How many dreams are you already buried in silence? And how many more are you willing to kill before you wake up? The truth is, persistence doesn't require time. It doesn't require luck. It doesn't even require perfect conditions. It only requires that you refuse to be silent. That you speak with your actions loudly every single day. Fire mini affirmation. I refuse to be silent. My actions roar louder than my fears. And remember this, you don't need to do everything today. You just need to silence the silence. Take one step, write one post, do one workout, make one comment. Because consistency is not built in grand gestures. It's built in small defiant acts against silence. Speech balloon, let me ask you, what small act of defiance will you take today? Will you finally open that book? Will you send that email? Will you start that business plan? Or will you let silence win again? The choice is yours. But know this, the silent enemy will keep coming. Every day, every hour. It never sleeps. The only question is, will you fight back or will you let silence steal your future? Part 3. The illusion of enough time. What if I told you that the biggest lie you've ever believed is that you still have time? Think about it. From childhood, we're told, don't worry, you're young, you have plenty of time. Then in adulthood, we comfort ourselves with, I'll start next week, I'll begin next month, I'll commit next year. And slowly, this lie becomes a lifestyle. Until one day, you look in the mirror and realize, time wasn't waiting for you. Time was walking past you. And while you kept whispering later, time kept saying too late. Here's the brutal truth. Most people don't fail because they lack potential. They fail because they believe the illusion of time. They act as if tomorrow is guaranteed. But tomorrow is not a promise. It's a thief. A thief that steals from people who keep postponing their dreams. Fire mini affirmation. I don't wait for tomorrow. I act today because today is the only guarantee I have. Let me tell you a story. A man once dreamed of becoming an author. He told himself he would start writing his book when work slowed down, when the kids were older, when life felt easier. But life never slowed down. The perfect time never came. And on his deathbed, he whispered to his son, my only regret is that I never wrote my book. That man didn't fail because he lacked talent. He failed because he kept believing he had time. Now, stop for a moment and reflect. What dream in your heart are you delaying right now, telling yourself you'll do it later? Be honest. Is it your health, your business, your relationships, your personal growth? Every day you delay, you are making a deal with the thief of time. Electric light bulb Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Read that again. You are not short on time, you are short on focus. You are not powerless, you are procrastinating. And procrastination is nothing more than arrogance dressed as comfort. It's arrogance because it assumes tomorrow will come. But tomorrow doesn't belong to you. Fire mini affirmation. I will not waste my life waiting for tomorrow. My time is now. Now let's apply some psychology. Why do people fall into the trap of enough time? Because the brain loves comfort. It hates urgency. It tricks you by saying, don't worry, there's always later. But here's where dark psychology hits. Your brain is lying to you. Later becomes never. The same brain that tells you to relax today will one day scream at you with regret. Imagine standing at the end of your life, replaying every dream you delayed, every chance you ignored, every time you said not now. That regret will crush you harder than any failure ever could. Regret is pain multiplied by time. And once regret sets in, there is no undo button. Speech balloon, reflect with me. If today were your last day, would you be proud of how you spent it? Or ashamed of what you left undone? Fire mini affirmation. I live each day as if it's my only day, because one day it will be. Let's zoom out for a second. History is filled with examples of people who didn't wait for the perfect time. Steve Jobs didn't wait until he was financially secure to start Apple. He built it in a garage. Oprah didn't wait until she had all the connections in the world. She started with nothing and built everything. Elon Musk didn't wait until rockets were safe before creating SpaceX. He risked everything. The difference between them and millions of others, they didn't believe in enough time. They believed in now. Ask yourself, what would happen if you stopped waiting for the perfect time and just started now? What small step could change your entire life today? Here's another layer of psychology. Urgency is power. The people who achieve the most in life are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who live with urgency. They treat today like it's their only shot. They work as if someone else is trying to take their dream away. Because someone is. While you wait, someone else is moving. While you hesitate, someone else is acting. While you delay, someone else is winning. Fire mini affirmation. I move with urgency. My dream belongs to me, and I refuse to give it away. But let's face it, acting now is uncomfortable. It feels heavy. It feels uncertain. And that's why most people hide in the illusion of time. But here's the secret. Discomfort today creates freedom tomorrow. Comfort today creates regret tomorrow. Which one do you want more? Comfort or freedom? Electric light bulb quote to remember. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy. Les Brown, let me challenge you. What hard thing are you avoiding today that could make your future easy? Write it down. Speak it out loud. Commit to it. Because if you don't, the illusion of time will eat you alive. Fire mini affirmation. I choose discipline over delay. My dream is too important to wait. Let me bring in the dark psychology once more. Every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, your subconscious mind believes you. It lowers your urgency. It reduces your fire. And eventually, it erases your identity as a door. You become the type of person who waits instead of acts. And identity is powerful. Once you see yourself as a waiter, you'll keep waiting. That's how dreams die. But when you flip the script and declare, I'm the type of person who acts now, your subconscious starts to align with urgency. Every action reinforces your identity as a door. And slowly, step by step, you build a life where excuses don't exist, only execution. Fire mini affirmation. I'm a door. I act now, and I refuse to wait. Here's a conclusion of this part. Time is not loyal. Time is not patient. Time doesn't care about your excuses. It only rewards those who act. You can either live in the illusion of enough time or wake up to the urgency of now. The choice is yours. Speech balloon, reflect once more. When you look back on your life, will you remember the days you waited or the days you acted? Because let's be brutally honest, waiting is easy, acting is hard, but regret is unbearable. Part 4, breaking the chains of tomorrow. What if I told you the most dangerous word in your life is not failure, not fear, not even impossible? It's a word you've said countless times, a word that has silently stolen years from your dreams. That word is tomorrow. How many times have you whispered it to yourself? I'll start tomorrow. I'll fix it tomorrow. I'll try harder tomorrow. And every time you do, tomorrow smiles, takes your hand, and leads you into a trap where dreams die, not because they were impossible, but because they were delayed. Let me ask you, how many dreams have you already buried in the graveyard of tomorrow? Think about it. That book you wanted to write, but never started. That business you wanted to build, but kept postponing. That body you wanted to transform, but always said, next week. And slowly, without noticing, you became a prisoner of your own promises. Promises made to a future that never comes. The truth is brutal. Tomorrow is a liar. It's not a gift waiting for you. It's a thief waiting to steal from you. And the saddest part, most people don't realize they've been conned until it's too late. They look back at their life, filled with half-done projects, half-lived dreams, and half-hearted attempts. And do you know what they whisper in the end? If only I had started sooner. Let me open your eyes to something most never see. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's self-deception. Your brain tricks you into thinking you have time. It whispers, don't worry, you'll do it later. But later becomes never. Psychologists call this the present bias, the tendency to choose comfort now over progress later. It's why you reach for your phone instead of your goals. It's why you watch another episode instead of writing another page. Your brain is wired to prefer short-term pleasure over long-term success. But here's the dark truth. Every moment you indulge in comfort, you are selling your future at a discount. You are trading diamond for dust. And one day, you'll realize the cost wasn't a wasted evening. It was a wasted life. So let me ask you, are you okay with that? Are you okay with trading your destiny for distraction? Because if you are, then close this video. Walk away. Keep living in tomorrow. But if something inside you screams, no, I want more, then stay. Stay, because what I'm about to tell you could set you free. Here's a secret no motivational guru will tell you. You don't need more time. You need more urgency. Urgency is the difference between someone who dreams and someone who achieves. It's a force that turns intentions into actions, and actions into results. Think of a person drowning. Do they say, I'll swim tomorrow? No. They fight with everything they have, right now. That's urgency. Now imagine if you lived every day with that same intensity, as if your dreams were drowning, as if your future was gasping for air. Would you scroll on your phone for hours? Would you keep putting things off? Or would you move, act, and create, because you knew your life depended on it? Here's the truth. It does. Your life depends on urgency. Not physically, but spiritually. Because a life without urgency is not a life. It's slow motion death. Let me tell you a story. Two brothers grew up in the same town. Both had big dreams. Both said they wanted success. The first brother said, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow came, and he said it again. He kept waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the perfect moment. But perfection never came. Years passed, and all he had was regret. The second brother, however, said, if not now, when? If not me, who? He wasn't ready. He wasn't perfect. He didn't have all the answers, but he started anyway. He failed, stumbled, got laughed at, but he kept moving. And while the first brother was still planning for someday, the second brother was living his dream. Now let me ask you, which brother are you becoming? How many times this weekend you said later instead of now? What dream have you locked in the basement for tomorrow? What would happen if today was the only chance you had? Procrastination is a grave in which opportunity is born. Someday is a disease that will take your dream to the grave. Tim Ferriss. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Chinese proverb. Many affirmations. I act today, not tomorrow. My dreams deserve urgency, not delay. I am stronger than my excuses. Tomorrow doesn't own me. I own today. Say them out loud. Repeat them until they burn into your soul. Let me tell you the clearest fact of all. While you wait for tomorrow, someone else is working today. And guess what? They will take the opportunities that could have been yours. They will live the life you wanted. They will enjoy the success you dreamed of. And you'll be left watching, wondering, regretting. This is not to scare you. This is to wake you up. Because nothing is more painful than seeing someone else live their dreams simply because they started while you waited. So I'll ask you again, how long will you keep saying tomorrow? How long will you let procrastination rob you of your future? When will you finally say, enough, I will act today? The chains of tomorrow are heavy, but you have the key. That key is urgency. That key is now. Don't wait. Don't delay. Because every second you hesitate, your dream fades further away. And when you're old, looking back, the only question you ask is, why didn't I start when I had the chance? Start now. Act now. Live now. Hot fire. The regret you can't escape. Let me be brutally honest with you. The most powerful prison in the world doesn't have rules, bars, or guards. It lives inside your mind. It's built from all the chances you didn't take, the words you didn't say, the dreams you didn't chase. It's called regret. Regret is not just a feeling. It's a ghost that follows you. It shows up when you see someone else living the life you wanted. It whispers in your ear when you're alone at night. You could have done it. You should have done it, but you didn't. And let me tell you something, guys. Regret doesn't fade with time. It grows. Every year you delay, every excuse you make, every tomorrow you promise yourself, regret adds another chain to your soul. And one day, when you're older, you look back and realize the scariest part. You weren't defeated by the world. You were defeated by yourself. Now here's the truth most people will never admit. Regret hurts more than failure. Failure at least teaches you something. Failure builds resilience. But regret? Regret leaves you empty, staring at what could have been, with no chance to go back. So ask yourself right now, are you creating memories you'll smile at, or regrets that will haunt you? I want to tell you about a man I once met. He was in his 70s, sitting alone at a park bench. I asked him, if you could go back in time, what would you change? Do you know what he said? He didn't talk about mistakes he made. He didn't mention failures. He whispered, with tears in his eyes, I wish I had tried. Not, I wish I had succeeded. Not, I wish I had won. Just, I wish I had tried. That broke me, because that's the story of millions of people. They didn't lose because they weren't capable. They lost because they never started. Now let me ask you, do you want to be that person? Do you want to sit one day, staring at what could have been, whispering the same words? I wish I had tried. Or will you rise now, before it's too late? Your brain will fight this truth. It will try to comfort you. It will say, relax, you still have time. But that's the same lie it told you last year, and the year before, and the year before that. Look at your life right now. How many times have you said, I'll start soon? And where has it brought you? The years don't wait. The world doesn't stop. Every day you delay, the clock keeps ticking. Time is not patient. Time is ruthless. And here's a dark psychology twist. Your future self is watching you. Yes, you, the version of you 10 years from now. They are watching every choice you make. And they're either going to thank you for your discipline or hate you for your excuses. Imagine looking into the eyes of your future self and hearing them scream, why didn't you start? Why did you waste my life? Would you be able to handle that? Now let's bring this even closer. Think about your family. Think about the people who look up to you, who silently hope you'll make it. Every time you delay, you're not just letting yourself down. You're letting them down too. Your younger siblings, your children, your friends, they may never say it, but they watch you. They see whether you fight or quit. They see whether you act or delay. And your choices give them permission. If you live small, they'll live small. If you settle, they'll settle. But if you rise, If you act with urgency, if you refuse to quit, they'll believe they can too. So tell me, what example are you leaving behind? Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. William James. These aren't just nice words. This is reality. Your actions create ripples. Every delay spreads weakness. Every act of urgency spreads strength. So let me give you some affirmations to tattoo onto your heart. I refuse to live with regret. I will not let tomorrow steal today. My family deserves my best, not my excuses. I choose urgency. I choose action. I choose now. Repeat them. Say them with fire. Say them until your excuses feel embarrassed to live inside you. Here's something I want you to remember. Nobody will cry over the dream you didn't chase. Nobody will mourn the business you never started. Nobody will grieve the book you never wrote. The world moves on. The only person who will feel the weight of your tomorrows is you. That's why urgency matters. That's why you can't afford to wait. Listen carefully. Life doesn't punish those who try and fail. Life punishes those who wait and never start. Let me end with a story. There was a man who wanted to climb a mountain. Every day he said, "Tomorrow I'll begin." Tomorrow turned into months. Months turned into years. And by the time he finally decided to start, his body was too weak to climb. He sat at the bottom of the mountain, staring up, whispering, "If only I had started when I was able." That mountain was not his enemy. His enemy was his own delay. Now think, what is your mountain? And will you climb it now, while you still can? Because here's the truth, you don't have forever. You only have now. And every second you waste is a piece of your future dying. So let me leave you with this question. When tomorrow comes, will it find you further ahead? We're still making excuses. The choice is yours. But remember this, regret is forever. Action is freedom. Choose wisely. The hidden habits you don't even notice. Day 18 will expose the silent killers of your success. And once you see them, you'll never live the same again.